Hello and welcome to Rob's Reading Group, the podcast or video series or something where I read stuff that I was gonna read anyway. In this episode, we're going to read the FLI open letter, Pause Giant AI Experiments, an open letter. We call on all AI labs to immediately pause for at least 6 months the training of AI systems more powerful than GPT-4. This is published March 22nd, 2023. AI systems with human competitive intelligence can pose profound risks to society and humanity, as shown by extensive research and acknowledged by top AI labs. As stated in the widely endorsed Asilomar AI principles, advanced AI could represent a profound change in the history of life on Earth and should be planned for and managed with commensurate care and resources. Unfortunately, this level of planning and management is not happening, even though recent months have seen AI labs locked in an out-of-control race to develop and deploy ever more powerful digital minds that no one, not even their creators, can understand, predict, or reliably control. Contemporary AI systems are now becoming human competitive at general tasks, and we must ask ourselves, should we let machines flood our information channels with propaganda and untruth? Should we automate away all the jobs, including the fulfilling ones? Should we develop non-human minds that might eventually outnumber, outsmart, obsolete, and replace us? Should we risk loss of control of our civilization? Such decisions must not be delegated to unelected tech leaders. Powerful AI systems should be developed only once we're confident that their effects will be positive and their risks will be manageable. This confidence must be well justified and increase with the magnitude of a system's potential effects. OpenAI's recent statement regarding artificial general intelligence states that, at some point, it may be important to get independent review before starting to train future systems, and for the most advanced efforts to agree to limit the rate of growth of compute used for creating new models. We agree. That point is now. Therefore, we call on all AI labs to immediately pause for at least 6 months the training of AI systems more powerful than GPT-4. This pause should be public and verifiable and include all key actors. If such a pause cannot be enacted quickly, governments should step in and institute a moratorium. AI labs and independent experts should use this pause to jointly develop and implement a set of shared safety protocols for advanced AI design and development that are rigorously audited and overseen by independent outside experts. These protocols should ensure that systems adhering to them are safe beyond a reasonable doubt. This does not mean a pause on AI development in general, merely a stepping back from the dangerous race to ever larger, unpredictable black box models with emergent capabilities. AI research and development should be refocused on making today's powerful, state-of-the-art systems more accurate, safe, interpretable, transparent, robust, aligned, trustworthy, and loyal. In parallel, AI developers must work with policymakers to dramatically accelerate development of robust AI governance systems. These should, at a minimum, include new and capable regulatory authorities dedicated to AI, oversight and tracking of highly capable AI systems and large pools of computational capability, provenance and watermarking systems to help distinguish real from synthetic and to track model leaks, a robust auditing and certification ecosystem, liability for AI-caused harm, robust public funding for AI safety research, and well-resourced institutions for coping with the dramatic economic and political disruptions, especially to democracy, that AI will cause. Humanity can enjoy a flourishing future with AI. Having succeeded in creating powerful AI systems, we can now enjoy an AI summer in which we reap the rewards, engineer these systems for the clear benefit of all, and give society a chance to adapt. Society has hit pause on other technologies with potentially catastrophic effects on society. We can do so here. Let's enjoy a long AI summer and not rush unprepared into a fall. We've prepared some FAQs in response to questions and discussion in the media and elsewhere, which you can find here, and there's a link. In addition to this open letter, we've published a set of policy recommendations, which can be found here. Policy Making in the Pause. And then you can see this is signed by a lot of people. Yoshua Bengio, Stuart Russell, Elon Musk, Steve Wozniak, Yuval Noah Harari, Imad Mostak, I may be not pronouncing that correctly. A lot of people who ought to know. Let's have a look at those FAQs. FAQs about FLI's open letter calling for a pause on giant AI experiments. Please note that these FAQs have been prepared by FLI and do not necessarily reflect the views of the signatories to the letter. This is a live document that will continue to be updated in response to questions and discussion in the media and elsewhere. What does your letter call for? We're calling for a pause on the training of models larger than GPT-4 for 6 months. This does not imply a pause or ban on all AI research and development, or the use of systems that have already been placed in the market. Our call is specific and addresses a very small pool of actors who possess this capability. What has the reaction to the letter been? The reaction has been intense. We feel it's given voice to a huge undercurrent of concern about the risks of high-powered AI systems, not just at the public level, but top researchers in AI and other topics, business leaders, and policymakers. As of writing, the letter has been signed by over 1,800 CEOs and 1,500 professors. The letter has also generated intense media coverage and added to momentum for action that goes far beyond FLI's efforts. In the same week as the letter, the Center for Artificial Intelligence and Digital Policy has asked the FTC to stop new GPT releases, and UNESCO has called on world governments to enact a global ethical AI framework. Who wrote the letter? FLI staff, in consultation with AI experts such as Yoshua Bengio and Stuart Russell, and heads of several AI-focused NGOs, composed the letter. The other signatories did not participate in its development and only found out about the letter when asked to sign. Doesn't your letter just fuel AI hype? Current AI systems are becoming quite general and already human competitive at a very wide variety of tasks. This is itself an extremely important development. Many of the world's leading AI scientists also think more powerful systems, often called artificial general intelligence, that are competitive with humanity's best at almost any task, are achievable, and this is the stated goal of many commercial AI labs. From our perspective, there's no natural law or barrier to technological progress that prohibits this. We therefore operate under the assumption that AGI is possible, and sooner than many expected. Perhaps we and many others are wrong about this, but if we're not, the implications for our society are profound. What if I still think AGI is hype? That's okay. This is a polarizing issue even for scientists who work on AI every day. Regardless how we name it, the fact is AI systems are growing ever more powerful, and we don't know their upper bound. Malicious actors can use these systems to do bad things, and regular consumers might be misled or worse by their output. In 2022, researchers showed that a model meant to generate therapeutic drugs could be used to generate novel biochemical weapons instead. OpenAI's system card documented how GPT-4 could be prompted into tricking a TaskRabbit worker to complete CAPTCHA verification. More recently, a tragic news report covered how an individual committed suicide after a conversation with a GPT clone. Public comments by leaders of labs like OpenAI, Anthropic, and DeepMind have all acknowledged these risks and called for regulation. We also believe they themselves would like a pause, but might feel competitive pressure to continue training and deploying larger models. If nothing else, a public commitment to a pause by all labs will alleviate that pressure and encourage transparency and cooperation. Does this mean that you aren't concerned about present harms? Absolutely not. The use of AI systems in any capacity create harms such as discrimination and bias, misinformation, the concentration of economic power, adverse impact on labor, weaponization, and environmental degradation. We acknowledge and reaffirm that these harms are also deeply concerning and merit work to solve. We're grateful to the work of many scholars, business leaders, regulators, and diplomats continually working to surface them at the national and international level. FLI has supported governance initiatives that address the harms mentioned above, including the NIST AI RMF, the FTC's action on misleading AI claims, the EU AI Act and Liability Directive, and arms control for autonomous weapons at the UN and other fora. It's not possible to enjoy future positives with AI if products are not safe or harm human rights and international stability. These are not mutually exclusive challenges. For FLI, it's important that all concerned stakeholders be able to contribute to the effort of making AI and AGI beneficial for humanity. What do you expect in 6 months? After all, we don't even know what more powerful than GPT-4 means. Most researchers agree that currently, the total amount of computation that goes into a training run is a good proxy for how powerful it is. So a pause could, for example, apply to training runs exceeding some threshold. Our letter, among other things, calls for the oversight and tracking of highly capable AI systems and large pools of computational capability. The central hope is that the AI companies currently racing each other will take a pause to instead coordinate on how they can proceed more safely. We've also listed 6 other governance responses in our open letter. We're aware that these responses involve coordination across multiple stakeholders and that more needs to be done. This will undoubtedly take longer than 6 months, but our letter and proposed pause can help channel the political will to address them. We're already seeing this happening. UNESCO has leveraged our letter to urge member states to make faster progress on its global AI ethics principles. Won't a pause slow down progress and allow other countries to catch up? This pause only concerns frontier runs by the largest of AI development efforts. Amongst these, nobody wins by launching or even developing super powerful, unpredictable, and potentially uncontrollable AI systems. A 6-month pause is not long enough for others to catch up. Have we really done something like this before? Look no further than the 1975 Asilomar Conference on Recombinant DNA. Due to potential safety hazards in the 60s and 70s, scientists had halted experiments using recombinant DNA technology. The conference allowed leading scientists and government experts to prohibit certain experiments and design rules that would allow actors to safely research this technology, leading to huge progress in biotechnology. Sometimes, stepping back to reassess and reevaluate can engineer trust between scientists and the societies they operate in, and subsequently accelerate progress. What's going on with your signatories? Some have hedged their responses, and others claim they never signed. Not all our signatories agree with us 100%. That's okay. AI progress is rapid and is forcing our societies to adapt with incredible speed. We don't think full consensus on all the difficult issues is possible. We're glad to see that, despite some disagreement, many of the world's leading AI scientists have signed this letter. We also confronted some verification challenges because our embargoed letter was shared on social media earlier than it should have been. Some individuals were incorrectly and maliciously added to the list before we were prepared to publish widely. We have now improved our process, and all signatories that appear on top of the list are genuine. Thanks for listening.